How to become a hacker. Now, I'm not talking about the black hat kind or the FBI are coming to raid your basement kind. I'm talking about this Steve Wozniak kind. Think of it as being the MacGyver of code. Now, traditionally, that has meant you go through a 4-year computer science engineering program. But for many, that has become a painfully expensive option. And truth be told, much less effective. Listen to this.
We have many people who apply to us with computer science degrees who cannot program. And we have to, we have to reject them because it's, you spend 4 years trying to do it and you can't do it.
So today we talk about how to educate the wannabe hacker. And thank God, Jace has fixed the frame rate and audio issues. All that and more coming up on XDA Developers TV. Now I know what you're thinking, at least some of you. Some of you are thinking, Jace, if I don't get a computer science engineering degree, I'm gonna be some code monkey stuck in a basement eking out a living on Elance. Well, I'm so glad you brought that up, because the following caveat must be said. If you are young, you have the time, and better yet, the money for an expensive 4-year degree, by all means, go for it, graduate. It still gives you the broadest options and foundation for a career in technology that could take you anywhere in the years to come. However, if you are older with more responsibilities and you can't afford the time or money to go back to school for a full 4 years, consider a hacker school. Some people call them programming boot camps. It's essentially where you take a beginner and turn them into a entry-level junior developer in anywhere from 8 weeks to 4 months. Most hacker schools give you a significant amount of help actually getting hired through job placement. Big bonus. We spoke to the App Academy co-founder Kush Patel about that very question. Where should you study?
If you want to go into academia, if you want to do computer science research, get a CS degree. If you want to be a programmer, if you want to be a software developer, if you want to work in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, New York, at an exciting startup building things that change, people's lives, go to a hacker school. Because they're two completely different goals. Computer science degree gives you foundational knowledge in computer science, right? Which is a large superset of programming. Programming is, can you get down there and can you do it? And, maybe the person who can't program can do great, research in artificial intelligence or, graph theory or something, as a computer scientist. But if your goal is to be a programmer, go to a hacker school. The field of software development is such that people don't care if you have a degree or diploma, some sort of certificate or something. And which is why we'll never give one. As long as you can sit in front of a computer and produce something of value, people will hire you, and that's what we train you to do. I don't know if you're familiar with admissions policies at top universities in the U.S., but there's something called need-blind admissions, where the acceptance process is completely separate from the tuition, financial aid process, where you accept the best people you can get, and then you figure out how to make it work for them financially, right? So, since we don't have any upfront tuition payment, we get the deepest pool of candidates. We have, many of the students that are at the top of our class right now in the session that's ongoing are students that could not afford other programs. They came to us and said, "Hey, I looked at all these other programs. I can only afford yours." That's not to say that we're just stuck with these students that for some reason can't pay. We also get access to those students from all the people who can pay as well as all these students. We pick the best ones, right? And the quality of the student body, to me, is the most important aspect of a hacker academy, because those are the students that you're going to be spending 10, 12, 14 hours a day working with. When we have lectures and Q&A sessions, and when we come around to answer your questions, how much time are we engaging with you directly one-on-one, right? 1 hour, 2 hours a day. But you're working with those students all day long, 80, 90 hours a week. Mm-hmm. This is the core of your alumni network when you graduate, right? These are the students that are going to be your my best friends are all from Dev Bootcamp, right? When the students that took the class with me, because you spend 500 hours with these people are going to be your network. And the higher the quality of that person, the more successful you're going to be, just because of how networks work, right? And when you start a company, 3-4 years down the line, those are the students that those are the people you're going to be starting a company with. So
we spoke to the co-founder of Mobile Makers, the veteran Don Bora, about the wisdom behind intensive but short study periods.
I got D's, and I got the gift of a D- in high school in German regularly. And I went to Germany, and within 6 months I was completely conversationally fluent, down to the accent and the way that they can mix up words and phrases with just a breath. So I was able to like internalize all the nuances of that skill set because I was immersed in it on a daily basis. And I realized that if we could somehow apply a subtly different way of learning to the craft of, say, software engineering, something that's pretty disciplined, we might be able to be pretty effective. And that's when we brought in Adam Loop, who was our learning architect, who basically took 20 to 30 years of learning experience, learning sciences knowledge, and applied it to our curriculum. And that's when light bulbs went off for me big time. That's when things started to make sense for me from a facilitator and an instructor point of view.
Thanks, guys. We're back next week with more about pursuing a career in code. And we all work really hard here at XDA Developers TV. And if you could like and subscribe if you haven't already, that would be a big help to us. If you can't wait till next week, there's many more interviews with veteran developers on my channel, How to Become TV. It's linked up below. See you next week.